All right, let's get rocking and rolling. We are going to take a look at BairAir in heat today. We're going to take a look at the website in totality, and then we're also going to take a look at some of the search engine optimization that's going on with the website, as well as anything else that we can find. So let's talk about the site from top to bottom. If I just head over to Google really quick, and I do a search I'll just do a search for you. Okay, so that's cool. You come up first. What we'd really like to see is, I'd like to see some more information show up here. I'd like to have your phone number showing up here. Expand some of these. It's possible to do. It's just not configured properly on the site. But if you configure it properly, you can get a whole lot more information to show up here that would entice people to click. So that's one of the first things that I notice is that while the site, let's see, where are you? Here you are. While the site isn't, it's not offensive looking. It's a good looking site. I think there are some things that could be done better, but it's just not configured in a way where when you show up here, it's you're getting all the information you want. You need to have that phone number like right here in the title. I'll show you what I mean. Let's do a search for like Miami HVAC. And so as I scroll down here, here's a great example right here. Oh, right there. So that right there, Miami Heating and Cooling, you see the phone numbers right there. What you want to try to do is you want to limit how many clicks this person has to make before they can contact you, especially in your business where people are generally not contacting you because they feel like browsing around what you do. I would say 80% of the people who contact you are need you right away. So why even have them have to click? Just have that phone number right there. Yeah. So that's something that we should definitely look at changing for you. And then I know when I look at your truck, your colors seem a little bit more pronounced than this yellow here. So you're doing air and heat. Typically air, we're thinking about blue colors. Heat, we're thinking about red colors. Like that is a nice red color right there. I'm not sure about this yellow though. I have to really think about that from a color scheme perspective. This blue is okay here. These testimonials seem weak to me. What I would like to see here is I'd like to see like so many testimonials that people are like having to scroll to read them all, and to give you that social proof. I'm positive you've got them. And if we look on Facebook, if we search for you on Facebook, you've got a 5-star review. So why not put that somewhere in here as well? You really want people, when they hit your page, you want that social proof straight away so that there's no friction for them in hiring you. You don't even want them to look at anybody else because the social proof is so strong. Two testimonials looks a little bit weak. I have no idea why one is offset, why they're offset like this. That's visually distracting. So I think I would really work to build out this section. And I think I'd have a stronger call to action up here. And also here, call today, service today, but there's no phone number right underneath that. I know I can look up here and find the phone number, but again, you don't want anyone having to think. You just want call today, service today, phone number right there, and then you can have your contact form as well in case somebody wants to do that. I'd be interested to know how many contacts you get from this contact form a week. I would be able to tell through Google Analytics, but when I look at your website, it doesn't look like you have any Google Analytics installed. So that is another thing that we would need to do is get some Google Analytics in there, because it doesn't make any sense to not be able to look at the traffic that's coming to your site and be able to make decisions on what works and what doesn't based on what people are doing on your site. So we could look at the analytics. We could see how many people are filling out this form but not actually clicking submit. Maybe they abandoned the form, abandoned the page. We could see how long people spend on this page. You've got this slider here that goes in and out of these messages, but what if people don't spend more than 5 seconds on your home page and each of these is up for 5 seconds? Well, they're only seeing the first one, so that's an inappropriate use of technology. Rather take these messages and make 4 sections here so that they can see them all at once and maybe leverage this $25 service call. Because if it's your third one here, right? So it's your third button here, and each of these are up for even just a minimum of 5 seconds. That's 10 seconds before they see that. And if they only spend 7 seconds on your page, they're missing it altogether. And so you're missing an opportunity there. So you're missing an opportunity for to get a customer out of that. So those are all the things that I think about when I look at this. I love to see this bolstered out. I'll tell you about that more in a second. This is great. I would actually move this higher up in the flow because anybody who's landing here is contacting you because they need you. So don't make them scroll. Don't make them work. This is fine down here, although we need this to be 2018. We take a look at your services page really quick. And so this looks good. We've got a good amount of writing in here. Probably like a little bit more writing. I'll show you why in just a moment. Financing, sure, that's fine. And maintenance here has, looks like about 250 to 300 words of content, which this looks pretty good. I'd probably write a little bit more on that as well. And then have calls to action. There are no calls to action here. I want a call to action. Everywhere I look, I want a button to click and contact you or a phone number to call you. I want no resistance whatsoever. Let's take a look at your services. So you've got the call now. I click that. And this page comes in from it's very fancy how that page comes in, but why even have that as a click? Just put the phone number right there. Just put the phone number right there. All right, so these are the things that I'm thinking about. So I think there's a lot of opportunity to improve the site. When I look at the site from an SEO perspective, and I'll show you that right here. So I'm using one of my favorite tools, which is SEMrush, and I'm analyzing your site, looking at US Google, and I'm seeing that you get, I'll let it refresh. So I'm seeing no organic search traffic, and I'm only seeing you rank for one word, BairAir heating and cooling, and right now you're in position 28. So you're not even on first page for the name of your business. So your website's been up long enough. You should at least be on first page for the name of your business. For something that has the name of your business in it. So it's definitely some work to be done there, and I'll show you some of the things that can be done. Let's take a look at mobile really quick. That's desktop. See if mobile is any brighter. See if the news is any better with mobile. And so there's not even any information on mobile. So you're not even appearing in the Google database at this point for mobile searches. Now think about it. Somebody's walking around their house is hot. They need to get a hold of an HVAC person straight away. They're not even going to take time to go to their phone. They're going to pick up their phone and they're going to search real quick from their phone. So mobile optimization is something that definitely is going to need to happen. Go back over to the desktop. And let's go back to here to this search. And let's just take a look at one of these that showed up when I typed Miami HVAC. I just did Miami because there's just so many different HVAC people there. So super competitive. So let's go here. Let's pop them in. Let's see what they've got going on. So we'll look at them just like we looked at yours. Okay, so they're getting 66 visits per month from organic search. Not a whole lot, but we can see they've got a lot of potential. 24 here in positions 4 through 10, 26 positions 1 through 3. This is the first page of Google right here. So they're showing up on the first page of Google. You can see HVAC Miami, they're position 5. That's about where we found them. That's terrible. Look at this. They're ranking position 4 for this. I have no idea why. Beats by Dr. Dre. Makes no sense why they're ranking for that. Maybe they had a contest or something. I'm not even going to look to find out. HVAC Miami, Florida, position 5. So that's cool. They've got some pretty generic terms, but we can see they are getting some organic search traffic from that. Let's take a look at some competition here in Central Florida. So let's see who's ranking. We'll do a search for Titusville HVAC. And so you really should be showing up here as well in maps. Okay, so, right? So let's see what they've got going on. I'll just grab the URL. Pop it here. And let's see what they've got going on for in US Google. Yeah, so there we go. About 106 organic searches per month, down 3% from last month. That's not that big of a deal. But we can see, look at this, their organic traffic has increased steadily over the past year. And it looks like they took a little drop right here. They're in July. Well, you know, that just could be the season as well. July is probably a peak for searches, but 139 website visits from organic search, and then we drop off a little bit in August, and we're predicting 106 in September. Titusville AC Repair ranking number 1. So they've definitely got some pretty decent positioning. We could look at this full report some other time. But in terms of the competition, you know, this is the target. This is what we're going. This is what we would go after. So we fix the site so that you convert better on the homepage, and then we do all the things to help increase your positioning in organic search. And we can look at the competition. We can see exactly the things that they're doing to show up there, and then we just look to beat them. You know, even if we come in position 2, let them have number 1. We come in position 2, we can still grab a lot of that traffic. So here is their. I'm looking at their search phrases here. I just want to see what their like first page. All of their first page phrases are. It's unable to load the data. That's all right. We can look at that again. So we saw what they had going on. About 100. Their traffic 106 visits per month from organic search. If they were paying for that traffic, they'd spend about $2,500. So if they had ads that were sending that amount of traffic there. So they're getting that traffic for free. It's organic through Google. And this would be, if they were to pay for it with AdWords, this is what it would cost them. So that's a pretty good take for them. And we look to do the same thing for you. All right, so I think we got a lot to talk about. And the first step is really honing in on making this site just cleaner, a little bit more contemporary, and have a whole lot more conversion points on the site. It is, this week is tricky. I'm traveling this whole week up in the New England area working with clients up here. However, I am back next week, which is the week of, the 17th or so. So why don't we schedule a time to at least get on the phone or perhaps get together. Until we speak, it's been Chris Prouty signing off.